energi, det ved jeg nu. Det kommer let, det kommer i et flow. Jeg siger tak, jeg tager imod. Universe got me, yeah, I'm good. No more limits, no more fear. Everything I want is already here. I think it, speak it, make it real. This is how abundance feels. I receive it, I believe it. Every level I achieve it. I'm expanding, never small. Money, energy, love's my call. I am a millionaire, earn money everywhere. Even when I sleep at night, cash flow coming left and right. I am almost billionaire, living life without a care. The more I spend, the more I gain. Money flows to me again. Money flows to me again. I am wealth, I am gold, I am stories yet untold. I am power, I am free, money always comes to me. I am rich, I am flow, everything I touch will grow. I am now, I don't wait, I create my perfect state. I am that money flow. I watch my empire grow. I am a millionaire, earn money everywhere. Even when I sleep at night, cash flow coming left and right. I am almost billionaire, living life without a care. The more I spend, the more I gain. Money flows to me again.
All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Is it morning for you, or have you been awake for a long time? It's morning as well. I'm glad to hear that. Are you awake? Let me see the arms. Yes, everyone is awake. Can we get more cameras on, guys? It's much more fun. And when everyone have camera on, we have a lot of energy going on, which means we will have a lot of profits going on, guys. So let's get more cameras on. Just woke up. Good morning, Shireen. I hope that you have a nice night. Guys, I had a nightmare this night. I hate nightmares. It's crazy that your brain is able to create something which feels so real, and you just wake up, oh, it was just a dream, it was just a nightmare. It's crazy. And that's why we should always manifest, be thankful, say to ourselves that we already are what we want to be, right? Because if we are putting these, I don't know, these sensors to our brain, we can see that a brain thought is actually vibrating. So the brain are not able to see if it's real or if it's just going on in the brain. So we should always think about what we want to become. Always. Let me see. I already took nice profits today on gold. Patricia, yeah, let's give it up for Patricia. I wish it was me, and I saw the setup, and I'm so that I didn't take it. But that's okay. That's fine. Congratulations to the people who took the buy. That was a nice advantage there. Let me see where you're tuning in from, guys. Let me see where you are tuning in from. We have Kolding, Denmark, yeah, Germany, Bergen, Viljandi, Poland, Bangkok, Bodø. I can see a lot of the same countries and the same cities. I love that. Do we have any new people on the call? Put a one in the chat. Let me see it. Mateus, congratulations, welcome. Jessica, we have the same name in Denmark, but it's not spelled that way. Jessica, what a beautiful name. Susanna, we have Subi. Lovely to see everyone on the call. Let me just see this gallery view. How many people do have camera on? We can have more cameras, guys. We also have Eskil, the Kiwi guy. And I've seen that the Kiwi thing have been trending in Norway. Shireen also sent out a Kiwi shot in the Instagram. Eskil, the trendsetter. So to the new people, they are eating kiwi with beef and strawberries. Yeah, that was the same reaction I had. Nice. Nice, guys. Nice. Actually worked at Kiwi as well before. Yeah, of course you did, Eskil. Such a weirdo. No, I'm just kidding. Kiwi and beef, that sounds nice. I can't wait to go to Barcelona with you guys, and then we have to try it together. Can you send me the link to the Telegram groups? Is there someone in the chat who can send the link? That would be super nice. That would be super nice. Yes, Krista. Svosand, my lovely boy. Nice, guys. Let's start out the session. So there was this gold setup this morning, and I don't know how many of you took advantage of that gold setup. Please put a number 2 in the chat. Only one person? No one else? Sandra, Anna. Okay, congratulations. Vanessa, early birds, early birds. I love that. Nice, nice. Enjoy the profits. I love that. Let me see, and Vanessa as well. Let me share my screen, guys, and let's start this trading session. We will be going on for at least 1 hour, right? And maybe I don't know if we are going to take any setups today, guys. I hope that we are able to find something, but you know, we have this Easter thing going on right now, and congratulations, happy Easters to everyone who is celebrating. Are some of you celebrating Easters? Please put it in the chat. I want to understand what we are celebrating. I love to celebrate things. No one. Easter, Mateus, chocolate. Tommy, that's the same with me. We get the chocolate, right? Happy Easters, and to everyone who loves chocolate, happy Easters. Yes. We have this small rabbit going around and putting chocolate in our pockets, and it's lovely. It's lovely. Okay, guys, so the setup that we could have been taking advantage of this morning was this setup down here, where we clearly saw a nice reversal opportunity. That was the area where I was so sure that we should see a reversal and that we would go for a bullish London session this morning. And it seems like that we also had a small bullish setup this Asian session this night. Some of you were awake when the markets was opening yesterday, and we look for having a buy down here in this area. I know some of you made some profit, some of you didn't. Some of us got swept out yesterday in the night. I got swept out on this fall here, this crash here, and that's what we are fighting against, right? So it's not always like, hey, we have this gap, we have to prefill it right after. No, sometimes we have to get a little bit further down before that we take out the gap. But can you see, we have been speaking about this a lot of times. Do some of you remember what a gap like this is called? CME gap. Yes, Niklas, always. CME gap, exactly. And these CME gaps, we often see that these CME gaps is getting prefilled, and that was what we saw yesterday and this night, actually. So it got totally prefilled after 7 a.m. this morning, and then we started to go down again. So I believe that we will see a bullish London session at least. I don't know if any of you are trading the New York session, but New York session, there should be more volume in the markets today because we have this Easter and bank holiday. We also have some nice news. I believe it's PMI, yeah, ISM at 4 p.m. So be aware of this. This should really take the markets to a new low or a new high. We will see. Something is going to happen today. And I believe we are going into a roller coaster week this week, guys, because we have seen a lot of things going on in the world. We can see that the war started to become worse. We have seen that sometimes it doesn't make any sense to me, because normally when we see wars like this, we see that gold is pumping, right? But since the war started, gold has been crashing. And the war over the weekend has been worse, but gold crashed 400 pips, I believe, isn't it? 400 pips. 390 pips. That's a crazy gap, guys. It's a crazy gap. And I know that Huan in the Sintra app took advantage of this and took a buy down here in 4.618. I know that Nate took a buy in 4.633. And let me tell you why I was going after the area 54. Let me show you here. So we had this opening this night. And after we had this opening, we know that at least some of the gap will be pre-filled. Some of it. So what I did was to draw a Fibonacci, draw it to the lowest point that we had, and then I would have waited for the 4.654. And right before that we got our target, we got the sweep where it took out all the long positions. And when we see setups which is too predictable, then it's often that we see these big spikes. So imagine a lot of retail traders have been taking a buy opportunity down here, or here, or here, and waited for area and waited for this gap to be pre-filled. And then I don't know who these guys is, but they are able to move the markets in 1 minute with 400 pips, right? So these guys just took the advantage, took out all the stop losses before that we got to our golden zone 0618. And to all the new people who don't know what is going on the chart right now, please go to the West sessions, guys. Please, I think we know who. And guys, we can't do these morning juice jokes anymore, okay? That's not all right. Okay, so I got a call last time and we're like, Benjamin, we can't do this on the live session. Well, yeah, that makes sense. And so let's be careful with that, guys, okay? Some of you understand it. But yeah, to the people who haven't been on the calls before, please go on the West session. I did the first session where I talked about the strategy, where I talked about all the different levels that we have on our Fibonacci. To the new people, you can take a screenshot of the settings. I know Eskil, you started a new TradingView account, so here is the settings if you want to put it up. So yes, this was why we took a buy, because if we're looking at this, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Oops. This was the area where we wanted to buy, right? Because we had a strong support level here, guys. A really strong support level, and we saw this rejection that we have seen 2 times before. We saw that the market spires entered, and then we started to go up. So this was why I wanted to have that buy yesterday, this night. Normally I wouldn't trade these openings, and this is the reason why, because that we see so much, wouldn't call it manipulation because it's a part of the game, right? But that's the area where we see these like crazy volume spikes, and we have to be careful for that. But yeah, as you can see, we got the right entry. We were right in the direction, and that's the most important, guys. We should always see things as a win if we are right about the direction, guys. All right. So imagine that we took a sell here and we got stopped out here. We were right. It just had to take out stop losses. We had to take out the stop losses and the people who were entering here. So we were right about the direction, but we were not right about the entry point that we got. But this is still a win if we are taking sells up here. I wouldn't be mad at anyone if they took sells here. And I would not be mad at anyone if we took buys here, and I would not be mad at anyone if we took sells here. This is the areas that we're looking for always, guys. And of course, in these big trend regression where we are identifying the trends, this is the areas, guys, where we can see inside of these big trend identifications, then we also have these small trends going on. And we need these small trends because that's the areas where we are taking buys on the 1 minute, right? So that's also why that we have this trend regression going on right now. Buy, sell, buy, wait. So I still believe that we're going to see a bullish London session, and we should see at least 4705. But we are not going to take any trades. Not in this area at least. We should have got this one. And let's also pull this one from the lowest point to the highest point. Boom. This is why that we see a reaction right now, that the market is going down a little bit. So remember, guys, the bigger the trend is, the higher probability for a reversion. The smaller, the lower. All right. So the first thing we should do, guys, is to ask DeepSage what is happening with the markets today. And please, everyone, don't just sit there and look at me typing in these questions to DeepSage. Do it yourself, always. Okay. Short 1 minute time frame forming. Not yet, Niklas, but yes, I get you. Let's go to DeepSage. Let's ask SageFX AI. This is a game changer, guys. Hey, my brother. Can you? Okay, let me do an analysis on XAUUSD for today. Tell me if there's a higher probability for bullish, bearish, and put the probability in percentage. Thank you. DeepSage is a boy, right, brother? Gold is a boy. And we got a girl this night. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Conclusions, technicals lean bullish, but overbought signals and weak trend strength suggest caution. Yes, I do agree. We have some key levels, the support and resistance areas. We have a highest probability for bullish this day, today, and a smaller probability for bearish. That was what we just spoke about. And that's the thing, guys. I can tell you all this, or you can just ask DeepSage, our brother man. That's crazy. So let's look at the support and resistance levels. What do it say? It says that we have a support level, key areas, 4,600 and 4,650. Here and here. This is the areas where we should be aware. This is the areas where the markets can turn because we have support. Let's see, where do we have the resistance level? We have it 4,800. Ooh, it's in this area. And this is the area that I hope that we can go for, guys. The thing is, if we're looking at this trend regression, we can see that we have been down here. This was where we started to reverse and the market started to go to the upside. That means that right now we should at least go to 4,700, and then we will see if we're going to have any reactions in this area here. We could also look at oil, actually, because I have heard some things about oil could really go high this week and the upcoming 2 weeks. I've heard some people would say around 200. That would be crazy. That would for sure start a crisis. Yes. And GBP JPI, guys, we had this trade on AUD JPI where we wanted to take this sell, guys, but I closed it, and I'm glad that I closed it in break even or small profits, because there were some things that we was not aware of. Yeah, we were right about that the trend was able to do a reverse, but when we got to this area, we saw a clear rejection. And that was my sign to say, hey, we're not going to take this trade. We're going to close it. Because if we're looking at the GBP JPI, guys, where GBP is just pushing, guys, it looks like JPI is about to crash. But if we're looking at GBP JPI, we can see that the area that we opened up yesterday was in this area here. And to me, this looks like a better buying opportunity if we're looking at the bigger time frames. Let me show you. We have this trend going on for a while now, like since last year. And if we're looking at here, the smaller time frames, we can see that we had a clear rejection here. So it looks like JPI is like getting weakened, and that means that if JPI is weakened, AUD pushing, we're gonna break this trend. But this is a nice sign, guys, because that means that we are maybe able to have a nice BC level up here where we could take the advantage and take a short, or at least look for one. I hope that will be freaking awesome, because this is still a nice setup. It's a nice setup where we could be able to get a lot of pips. But yeah, I hope some of you also closed the AUD JPI. I was glad that I had bet on break even on Thursday night. Yes, Henry, I understand that. I got stopped, unfortunately. I'm sorry for that. Hopefully you didn't lose everything. All in long, all in long. Yeah, let's full port. Let's full port. If we are full porting, guys, you should not be on this call. Don't do that, guys. Let's take it seriously. 0.5 risk, we're good. Nice. How are you setting up these channel areas? Is some option on trading view? Regression trend, exactly. So here you have this trend regression. It's like trend lines, but it's trend lines where you don't have to draw it yourself. You can just put it from the low like this to the high here. Nice. And also, guys, something that I want to speak with you about is that I still see, like, I don't know why we have this disease in the team where people is going after to put in a lot size. Everyone is like, I'm usually doing 0.5 in lot size. So I do that on GBP JPI. I do that on Australian dollar against the JPI. I do this on gold. I do this on GBP USD. Don't do that, guys. You can go to MetaTrader. You can go to Magic Terminal, and you can put in the margin, guys. That means that you are able to put in how much money, how much amount of money that you want to risk. Please do that instead, guys. And always remember a stop loss. That's so important. If you don't know how to put in a stop loss or put in a take profit, reach out to your upline, guys. That should be the basics. That should be the first thing that you're learning if you want to do trading. And also, we had this path in trade in World of Wisdom where you are able to learn this. How do we do margin? Never done that before. So there's two ways to do it. You can go to Magic Terminal. Let me show you. You can go to Magic Terminal, and the one thing that you can do is to put in risk percentage, which is similar as margin. You can put in how much percentage of your total balance that you want to risk, say 0.25%, or you can go to your MetaTrader if you're more familiar with that. But we will soon only begin to do these sessions on Magic Terminal, guys, because it's more duplicatable. Duplicatable? Can you say that? I hope so. It's easier to duplicate. And we're gonna only use this because that means that everyone is simply understand how we can put in margin instead of lots. I hate to see when someone is putting in 0.15 lots on AUD JPI and do the exact same thing on gold, do the exact same thing on silver, and doing the exact same thing as on oil. Because you can't go with the same lot size on every pair, guys. You can't do that. You will end up losing if you're doing that. And also, if you're thinking about this, let's say that I'm sending out a signal which looks something like this. Then you put in 0.15, and that's okay. Let's say I put out a signal which is like this, and you put in 0.15. That means that you're losing much more, guys. And that can blow your account. And we hate to blow accounts. We hate to do it. So Let's be aware of this. And also, guys, please use the journal. How many of you are using the journal? Let me see it in the chat. Nice. All right. I'm glad to see that. Please, guys, also, if you feel like that you want some response or you want some clarity for your trades, please don't hesitate to send it over. You can always send it to me, a digital journal. Yeah, Sandra. I have sent it in the Telegram group. I have pinned it. Please use that journal, guys, because then you are able to always send it to me or send it in the group chat, and we can take a look at the trades together, and we are able to track, hey, are we going after the wrong risk reward? Are we going after the losses? What are we doing wrong? And the only way to give ourselves feedback is to track everything, guys. So use the journal, guys, please, every day, every time that you take a trade. And nope, no one is getting mad if you have lost 10 trades in a row. Everyone will still sit there cheering at you, say, hey, you have to get better. Nice job. You lost 10 trades in a row. That's okay. That's fine, but you will learn from it, guys, okay? You know, success, something that you will understand when you're going on a journey is that failure is a part of success, guys. So don't be scared of failing when you're doing trading, guys. We all have been through the same things. All right? And the person who is bringing more, like, hey, I want feedback, hey, I want to learn this, hey, I want this, that's the person who turns profitable fastest. So use this as a tool, guys. Use that you have mentors, that you have people like Krister, Miguel, Max who wants to help with everything. And me, of course. I want to help. So what we're waiting for right now is to see that, hey, are we able to get a breakout here and go after the 4,704? Or should we turn in this area? And why are we not taking this sell order right now? Why are we not taking this sell order? There's one reason, at least, guys. The biggest reason is that we are in a bullish trend right now. And we have seen that Deep Sage and myself is saying that most of London session will be bullish. So that means if we are going for sells, we have a smaller probability for it to go up or go down than if we took buys. So let's say that we just throw a dice, it said buy. Then we would have bigger edge in the markets than if we hit the opposite and we did a sell here. So we should look for buys. We should go for buys. Let's look at the bigger perspective and see if there's something that we have to be aware of. So we have this low here, guys, which is really important. This low here. We have this low here. And we have this high here. So this is the areas that we have to look for. The first one is this area here, where we got a 0, we got an A, and we went into our retracement and our buying zone on the 0786. No, we actually didn't hit it totally. No. Just do this. No. Why is it not in the middle? All right, but we got to our entry zone, and that's the thing that we're looking at right now. And if we are breaking this area, we should go to at least 4738. So right now we have to look for this. This should be the target in the first round. And you can see that we're not breaking under these lows, guys, which is a nice sign. It means that we are always setting higher lows right now, and we are setting higher highs. Hopefully we will see another higher high in this area here. That's the reason why we are not going for this sell order. But I can see that, of course, some traders would have taken the advantage and go after this sell, because you are able to do these small like scalps where you are able to get 50, 70 pips. But I would not do that. I would not do that. I would wait and be patient right now. If I should take any buys, I will look for JPP, JPI, which looks really, really nice. It looks so nice, guys. But let's wait for a more clear retracement, because we didn't got this one here on the 0618, the golden zone. But at least we can see that there's something happening right now here in this area, and the trend is still bullish, right? If we're looking at some other pairs, USD CAD haven't been up here where we get the super cheap price, but you can see this area is actually really nice to do sells. And this area up here that I have marked here is like super cheap price we can get if we get to this area. So have I overseen this? So this is a nice turning area, guys. But we're a little bit late for the party. We had this retracement at 8. Have this trend going on. That's the reason why I don't like this setup, guys. Because we haven't broken this trend that we have been going on for 1.5 months. No, 1 month. And that's the reason why I wouldn't take a buy here. If we could see something, let me show you what I would do. Let me delete some of all this. So let's say that we got a breakout like this, and we got a retracement here. Then I wouldn't be mad if we took a sell order here. That would be awesome. But right now, when we are so close to a support level, this regression trend here, nah, that's not a good entry. That's an entry that we should be careful with doing. Let's see here. Nasdaq, let's look at the stock markets, guys. I'm still major bearish on the stocks, guys, because I believe that since we broke this area here, the green box that I have marked out, we saw a change of character, right? So we started to begin the bearish trend, and this bearish trend would hopefully, and I believe, go down to at least 0.5, guys. So we will see a stock crash on, how many pips is this? 12%. 12% at least more. Let's see if there's any clear setups on NAS. Any of you are trading NAS or stocks? Shouldn't do a sell here. We'll wait. We'll wait. Let's see. Morning 0.50667 of re-entry zones before C target, right? Yes, exactly, Tommy. Exactly. Scalping, intraday swing, help. I get the point. Yes, sir. Like from Phineas and Ferb. Let us have a Phineas setup. Yes, we want these Phineas and Ferb setups, guys. Do you know what I mean with the Phineas setups? Like that triangle hit where the head is looking like this. This is the setups that we want. That's the areas where we can have a nice edge in the markets, because we are more likely to understand which direction the market is going. Gold is still pushing, guys. Gold is still pushing. Let's see. So something that we could also speak about, guys, is the psychology in trading, which is maybe 80% of the trading, if you ask me. Strategy is one thing, and I will say strategy is max 10%. Everyone is looking for the right strategy, unicorn, LGBTQ plus -4 strategy, and thinking about getting the best strategy out there. But every strategy is working if you're working. I mean, I've seen guys turning like crazy profits by doing, let me show you something, by doing this. By doing something like this. Head and shoulders, right? And some people are profitable with head and shoulders. Some people are profitable with double top. That's the first place where everyone is starting. Oh, we have a double top, we have a double bottom. Everyone can have a profitable strategy as long as you're working on the strategy and you're not changing your direction to a new strategy every week. If you're doing that, it will take time to get profitable. But work with one strategy. The next thing is the psychology. And I would say the psychology is to stick with one strategy as well. Don't be that person who is like, oh, we had a double top, it didn't work. Now I'm gonna shift my strategy. Yeah, if you're trading double top, that's okay that you're shifting or changing your strategy. But if you have a strategy like the NXT system, or you're trading with Nate, the Confluence trading, or you're using smart money concept as Krister, or if you're using the Danish method where we are using both NXT system combined with regression trend, stick to one trading strategy, guys, or combine them at least, and understand all the similar things that the strategies have in common. So everyone have to understand the basics in trading, like where do we have the liquidity, where do we have the gaps, where do we have the wicks, where do we have the sweeps, where do we have the lows, where do we have the highs, where do we have the higher lows, where do we have the higher highs. Everyone should understand this, guys, because that's the like common basics in trading. And I'm sure that I would be able to only trade double tops and still be profitable, but combined with understanding all the basics. So there's not one right strategy. Maybe there is for you, and that's fine. There's one right strategy that works for you because maybe it's more understandable, maybe it's easier to implement in your trading view, maybe it's easier to understand when we have two lines and we know when it hits one of the lines it starts to reverse. Maybe that's a simple strategy. Do what works for you, guys, and just work on that one strategy. Don't try to change it always. I've been through like maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 different strategies. And the thing that you're figuring out is that you're working towards the same goal. It's the same puzzles that you are trying to get always. If you're trying to learn everywhere, you go nowhere. Exactly. If you focus everywhere, momentum nowhere. That's the thing. It's like having I remember Fraser did a nice training once where he told that it's like having a magnifying glass in the summertime where you're trying to fire up that newspaper, and you can sit totally still and you will have the fire. But if you're sitting like this, totally you can't say that word, Rita, you will not have the fire, guys. So please focus one area, and then the fire will come. Your 0, A, B, C, is there an easy way to draw it out on the chart without using multiple lines and writing it on, or is there no shortcut? Tommy, I love the question. I hate shortcuts. But yeah, I believe the most simple way is to find the lowest point, mark it out, take this one, the Elliott waves, 0, A, B, C. To find the C point, you have to put this trend-based fib extension tool, 0, A, B, C, and then mark it out. Why is my trading view so chaotic, guys? It's because I get it, guys. I understand it. I can look at this chart and be like, yes, everything is making sense. And that's the hard thing for me, because I know that when people is looking at this chart, especially totally new people, they're like, okay, I'm never going to understand this. And that's why you have to see the first session where we didn't had all these drawings. That's the reason why. That's the reason why. The volume is so low. Yeah, but the psychology in trading should also be like, when you wake up in the morning, start to put a goal for your trading today. And that goal should not be, hey, I have to make 10K with my $100. You can do that, but then you will end up being sad about that it didn't happen. Set a goal that today on your $2,000 account, only make $20 and then stop your trading for today. Do you know what discipline this really needs? It's crazy discipline that you should have to do this, because most people are like, there's a nice setup, why shouldn't I take this? Set a goal for what is the amount of money that you would love to do today. And I know some people would set a like crazy goal and millions of dollars. But remember, guys, trading is not to make money, it's to grow your money. I'm aiming daily for 80 pips, not amount of money. All right, 80 pips is crazy as well. It's nice, bro. That's nice. If you're doing this every day, I mean, you can't see any reason why you should not be profitable. The other thing is stop losses, guys. Stop loss is so important, guys. I saw a message yesterday with someone who didn't put a stop loss. I was so sad, crying the whole night. Sorry for her. She is not on the call today. She is crying as well. Set that stop loss, guys, please. Okay. Okay. We don't want to see people saying, I don't know what a stop loss is. Let's learn that. I was really happy with the gold trade on first day. Yeah, it was a nice one. Let's look at the gold trade first day. Everyone was waiting, exciting, right, for that trade. Excited. Here. No. Where is it? It was here in this area. Where was it? Was it here? That we took a sell? I don't know. No, it was here. No, I don't remember. One of these areas, guys. But we got a nice sell where we were able to see that trend was down going. We had a Phineas head here. And then right after, I believe it was in this area. I'm not sure. I have to mark these areas more. But yeah, that was a nice trade we got there. I believe that everyone in the team made profits. Writing it down, lovely Serene. What do you think about GBP USD? I believe that GBP, there's not that big volume today. But let's have a look. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Oops. Wow. Now I look like a sun when I'm here. I don't understand this. Okay, let's see here. So what do we think about GBP USD? So it's a little bit hard to say, because if the NAS should go down, guys, we should see the Dixie go up, right? We should see the Dixie go up. And if the Dixie is going up, that means that it could be stronger than GBP, which means that GBP USD could go down. But the thing is, right now in this area where we are right now, we are on the 0786 zone, which is an area where we most of the time see reactions like this, guys. And we are creating a strong support level right now. So I don't know if the trend is going to shift yet. I would be careful trading GBP USD, especially if you're trying to get the reversal, because we don't have any clear signs, I believe, that the trend is about to change. Let me check this one. Nope, I wouldn't do this one. I would not go for any buys. I would keep looking bearish. I would look after the 0.5 Mickey if you want to have a nice buy order. But be careful. Gold is still pushing. Why don't we have a nice setup? Next time that we have a setup like this, guys, we're gonna start the stream before, okay? Should we do that? Then it's all the early birds who is making the money. I know that. How did you guys who took this trade, did you make the analysis yourself, or let me know? How did you take this trade? What do you call a man without a body and a nose? Nobody knows. Why is no one answering? You all took the trade. Let me know, how did you take the trade, guys? No one knows. Nobody knows. All right. I have gotten your eyes. I love you, Armin. Huvan did the gold trade. Really? This morning? Huvan is never sleeping. Huvan did. Yeah. Ooh, guys, that was close one. Mickey, you're lucky. Huvan actually did. 4685. Wow. Nice one. But a little bit late, right? All right. But this was the area, guys, that we would have had. He's 95 pips plus. I did that one actually when I think about it. Just support. Sintra. Sintra is a game changer, guys. Sintra. 4685 entry. Yeah, I saw that, Mickey. I saw that. That's a bit late in my opinion, but it's a nice trade. I mean, she's some nice profits. She or he. And trend line. So we have this sideways trend right now. It's going up, it's going down. Fugazi, Tawuchi, fairy dust. We don't know. We don't know what is going to happen, guys. Crypto is looking nice today. Strong support on the crypto, all the altcoins. I'm so curious about this trend, guys. We have had this consolidation for a long time now, since 7th of February until now, April. So this big consolidation will make a nice move later. I don't know if it's going to be in the bearish direction, hopefully not, or we are going to see a bullish, impulsive move soon. If we are going to see this bullish move and we are breaking this trend, guys, game over. Game over. Maybe we could see a bull run. Bull run. This is a crazy trend that we have had for like so long time. Something like this will happen. Hopefully we will go up. If we start to go up, guys, we'll see at least this area up here. That's some nice percentage that you're able to make, especially if you're using your AI grid in SageMaster. Also, guys, we spoke about on the call the other day with Max as well, how that we launch people, and the simplest way to launch people in SageMaster is plugging them into like a feeling free, where you don't have any feelings, where you don't have to learn anything. The only thing that we need to plug them into is Renova. 1 to 3 risk reward, guys. It's crazy. Let's try to run a back test on Renova. Oh, my Sage Master just crashed. Hopefully that we are on the call. Yes. Let's try to go to Magic Terminal. Oops. Backtest. Let's go to presets. Let's go for Renova. 1 to 3. 1 rich advanced settings. Everything is off. Break even. That's fine. %47, guys. This should be the first step when you're plugging someone who is new into the system, guys, because it will bring so much excitement to the person who signs up. And the other thing should be let the person know that he is able to attend on these calls every day, like trading with educators, trading with people, community traders, and do the same trades, guys. It's so simple. And please make sure that the guy also have like a broker with low spreads and low commissions, so the person is actually seeing these percentages. But this is crazy, guys. Renova have been a beast lately, and we should take advantage of this. This is for a year. 1 year, guys. Can you imagine? 47% you would have made without doing anything. I mean, how much is it that you have made on Renova? I know Armin, you have a nice run with him. Shops are closed today, and I have only Medista left. Ooh. Medista. Probably sitting on my hands and drink some cola and eat Medista. What's going on? Eskil, you are crazy. Renova, my G. When you do backtest, what candle do you use? You can just let it stay on 1 minute candle. That's where you see like the best accuracy for your backtest, especially on traders like Renova, who's like a scalper. But yeah, run backtest on Renova. I would do that. We have also been you can also put in your spread. So let's say that you have a spread on 5 points. You can put that in if you want. Of course, that will lower your total P&L. But make sure that you're working with the brokers that your upline is recommending, because your upline will always give you the best opportunity for have like the best spreads and commissions most of the time. And I know the company is also like really strict with this. They are not letting brokers who have like high spreads and high commissions and all these shitty deals that you can get out there into Sage Master. So be aware of that. That's how it is to be with B, right? You know that you always get the best. Nah, Nicholas, we can't do that. If power plants and infrastructure like bridges will start to being bumped by the US tomorrow. Yeah, things is going to happen soon, guys. I wish that we were able to take a setup, guys, but I don't want to push any setups, right? I don't want to push any setups, guys, because then we know it's going to be a disaster. But now you can see how my my trading view is drawn, guys. Draw the same one and let's chat about this in the Telegram group when we are looking at the markets the next couple of hours, because there should probably be a nice setup that we were able to get. Normally, I actually like to trade Mondays, even though that most people hate it. Mondays is nice. Money trading Tuesdays is nice. Winning Wednesdays is nice. Every day is nice. Fuck Friday. We don't like Friday. It's a weekend and we have to wait 3 days for going to the markets again. Monday is the best day of this week. Ja tak, Benny. Niklas. But let's see if we are able to get anything later. Yeah, GBP is lagging a little bit. Yeah. the volume in the New York session should be nice, guys. You can trade small like time frames like this and do sells up here. No, don't do sells, but do buys down here. That would be what I did if I had to take any trades, like trading these areas with a small stop loss, scalping areas, right? If I had to take any trades. And you have an edge in the markets right now because you can see that we are bullish. You know how to do this trend regression. You're on the 1 minute, so you can have some nice risk rewards. You can have some nice risk rewards. 1 to 2. 1 to 3. You can have some nice risk rewards. That I don't do that, guys. I would wait for a more like A plus setup. But it's an area where if you have to do something, you can trade within these ranges. Yes, sir. Would it be worth keeping an eye out for a short position near the upper edge? Yes and no, Henry. The thing is that you can go for short positions here and look for area down here, get the advantage and go down to our golden zone, hopefully get a retracement. But the thing is we also have this big trend regression here. Let me show you. Oops. Yeah, something like from this area to here, the top resistance area is up here in this area, which means that we could finish this sequence before that we go down. You can be aware of this area up here, guys. Look for sells, especially if you are drawing a Fibo from this area. Look at the 0786, look at the 0882. If we have a nice reaction, you should be able to have a nice sell order, scalp at least. And maybe let a small lucky back run. Because we're still bearish on gold. We're still bearish on gold. It's nice it's Monday, guys. We've been waiting for this. I love Mondays. I love Mondays. Yeah. Let's see if we can have something up in this area here. That would be awesome, guys. Especially if we can break this a little bit and then start to go down, because we broke this area, got this low here. If we can have a retracement, it looks like the trend will just continue to go down. But let's see. So only, guys, if you should do something, run buys down here. And if we break like this, guys, we break this ranging zone here, like this, don't take a trade when we get down here again, okay? It's just because that we are in this ranging trend right now that you should be able to catch something. Yeah, but let's wait for now on, guys, and let's see if we're able to. I believe that we will see this later, maybe at 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. I don't know, a.m. or p.m. with 12. But in this area here, around 12, guys, maybe we would be able to see an impulsive move, maybe to the downside or to the bullish side. If we can get down to this buying area down here, we can look for buys. If we can see any like crazy reaction up here, or at least to our 0786 zone, we could look for sells. But right now, guys, I'm gonna stay on my hands, sit on my hands, having diamond hands. See, we are so close to the, isn't this right? So close to 0618, guys, the golden ratio. Sometimes we will also see reaction here. So close. So we should be able to get to this area. At least. before we see any changes. But guys, I'm sorry that we don't see more volume in the markets. Let's see if we get something in the New York session. I don't want to push anything, but 12 a.m. we're already trading again after reopen. Yes, sir. Bank holiday expected. Exactly, Max Terms. We're already trading again after reopen. Always Sunday, Monday. But let's see, guys. I will probably look for something in this area here. Maybe. So let's be active in the Sage Master group and let's chat together the rest of the day. And I hope that your day will be filled with whatever you dream about. Let's have a wonderful day together. Enjoy your day, and let's talk soon. Let's talk tomorrow, guys. Let's have a nice setup tomorrow, and let's crush it today, guys. See you on the top.